Hi guys, this is Wisdom Arena. Um, Today I'll be discussing a very important topic: why men of God cannot be agitators. Why men of God cannot be agitators. Now, what triggered me to come up with this particular topic is because I've heard a lot of people, especially currently in the country where I came from, which is Nigeria. I've heard a lot of people go on social media, say all manner of things. They tend to castigate, insult men of God, maybe because of tithe or because of seed or because they are not speaking up, what is happening in the country. Because they are not coming out to pay, to say, maybe coming out on the street or going out here and there to talk about the plight of the nation. The truth is that a lot of these men of God, they have been speaking up, because maybe some of us don't go to, you don't go to their conferences, or you don't go to their seminars, or you don't go to their programs. You may not actually know. Some of them have been speaking up. They have been speaking against the evil that is happening in the country. And so many of them as well, in their prayers, they have been praying, they have been speaking against what is happening in the country. But let me say something. Please, people should understand that people have their different callings in life. That's the truth. People have their assignment. You don't expect Papa Adeboye to be talking like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's not possible. You don't expect Papa Oyedepo to be talking like Sowore. It's not possible. You don't expect Apostle Johnson Suleiman to be talking like maybe Aisha Yusuf, for all of them. It's not possible. Because they have their calling, and when God called them, He gave them different assignments and what to do. The same God that called them to equip other men, the same God has gone to call other men like, Sunday Igboho, in different ways, called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even Dele Momodu now, that has started to speak up. God has chosen these men in different capacities. Even others that we are, that have started speaking up right now against what is happening in the country. You and I know that so many men of God that have risen up to speak against what has been happening in the nation, a lot of them have been haunted here and there. Take for instance, they just ended EndSARS protests. That Adeyemi went to speak to the EndSARS protesters. He went to talk to them, to encourage them, because he knew that these guys are fighting for something great. He knew that these EndSARS protesters are fighting for a wonderful nation. He went to speak to them because, believe you me, the way forward now in Nigeria is revolution. That's the way forward. If you are thinking any other thing, you are just joking. The way forward now is revolution that will usher us into the next phase of national development. Now, when Sam Adeyemi went to Lekki to speak to the EndSARS protester, at the end of the day, what happened? The same government came after Sam Adeyemi, because just like I say previously in my videos, they hate men that speak the truth, especially evil cabals. They don't like men of truth. They went after him. They wanted to do a manner of things to take him to court, to take Sam Adeyemi down. But glory be to God that did not happen. God intervened. Apostle Johnson Suleiman that rose up before and spoke when El-Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State, when he banned anything, Christian things happening in the public in the states. At the end of the day, what happened? They came after Apostle Johnson Suleiman. They wanted to kill him. At a point, the man of God has been facing different kinds of scandal here and there. when Oyedepo spoke concerning the plight of the nation, and when all of them started speaking, what happened? They came up with this their law of trying to cast their eyes on different church funds and all these things that government thought that they shouldn't get themselves involved. When Adeboye spoke, they wanted to retire Papa Adeboye by all means. So it has not been easy for the men of God. They may not have been coming out so publicly, to declare what has been, but they have been speaking. So many of you don't just get it. They have been speaking. Because if they start talking about politics, some of you that are castigating them now, that are not talking about what is happening in the nation, will come up and say, why don't they face the church and leave the political angle of Nigeria alone? That's what most of us will still say. So in a way, they are trying. You don't have to insult this man, because in their ways they fast, they pray, they even talk to their congregation. The majority of them have heard their messages, have listened to them. They are not happy at what is happening in the nation, and some of them have reached to a point whereby they have attained a kind of a national status. They don't just come out at all, because they know that their words carry power. Anything they say makes sense. Anything they say matters a lot. It can trigger a whole lot of things. So they have to be very, very, very careful in their utterances. Somebody like Pa Adeboye cannot just come out and talk. He has to be careful of what he says. They said with Kumuyi, they said with Apostle Joseph Suleiman, they said with Chris Oyaklobi, all of them. They have to be careful, because these men have become national influencers in a way. So we need to understand that it's no good, because sometimes when they talk, all of a sudden the governor or the president, they will come up, all the churches here and there need to be demolished. They will not bring their bulldozer to pull down their churches, because the federal government believes that the lands belong to them. So you see, in a way, these men, they have to be wise. When you are fighting a battle against the evil cabals in Nigeria, you have to fight it with wisdom. It's not something that you just wake up and you start talking. That's why God had to go and raise other men, just like I've mentioned, other freedom fighters, other agitators, other activists, to do that job. Adeboye cannot do everything. Kumuyi cannot do everything in life. Pastor Chris cannot do everything. Even David Oweli cannot do everything. All this man, Apostle Joshua Selman, Arome, outside Arome, all of them, they can't do everything. They have their assignment, and they're already performing their assignment. They're already deciding why they are called in life, their purpose. So God has a way. He has gone to raise other men. He has gone to raise other people to begin to speak up. So we need to understand it from that angle. God raises men for different assignment. And when God raises a man, he gives you grace for that assignment. So you don't use the grace given to you for a particular assignment to go and do another assignment. God will not protect you for that, because he has not empowered you to do that. That's why God has raised others. He has empowered them. He said, go and speak about what is happening in the nation, irrespective of who the truth hurts. So guys, we need to come to this point and respect this man. I'm not defending anybody, but I have to say the truth. We are choosing for different assignment, and you need to understand that. And some of these men and some of these men of God and some of us are castigated. A lot of them too, in their churches, they are speaking up, they are preaching, they are talking, and even in their prayers, in one way or another, some of them secretly too, they are supported. Because if they come out that publicly, some of them will be killed. A lot of their churches will be destroyed. Some of them will be jailed. Because you know that our nation is already an Islamic nation. Let's not pretend about it. Let's not pretend about it. Look at what is happening in the north. The Hizbah, everything. Even when you say some things, they will take you to Sharia court. Some of us know that it's not only the secular law that is governing this nation. They have brought another law, the Sharia law too. They even have Sharia courts in Abuja, everywhere now, in the north. So the men of God are doing what they are called to do in their own way. So let's just pray for them and also support other agitators and freedom fighters. You don't have to, you don't expect them to be talking like Nnamdi Kanu. You don't expect them to be doing like Sowore. You don't expect them to be doing like Aisha. You don't expect them to be doing like some of the activists, some of the agitators, some of the freedom fighters. They are fighting in their own way. That they are not fighting the way you want does not mean that they are not fighting. They are fighting in their own way. Some of them have succeeded in enlightening us. Some of them have succeeded in opening our eyes to know that the nation is not working. In the churches, in their different programs, in conferences they are there, in seminars they are there too. They have succeeded in opening our eyes. So what you and I need to do is need to rise up and speak up as well, just like I'm doing right now. So the blame game, the time to be blaming this person, oh, he's not doing this, oh, he's not doing that. The question is you that is talking. What have you done to liberate this nation? Because the matter of fact, you that is talking now, when it's 2023, you will still go and vote for the wrong person. When they bring money, bribery, give you bag of rice, buy, cattle of Indomie, this one I hear. Some of you will now change your tone. You still go and vote for this evil man. You now come back and say, oh, the men of God are not speaking up. But when it's time for you to exercise, your rights judiciously, you don't do that. Maybe out of sentiment, out of ethnic ties, tribe, and all those things, nepotism. Some of you will still go and vote for evil people, and you come back and still blast the men of God. So all of us, in one way or another, all of us are wrong. All of us are in this boat because we have not done what we're supposed to do, and that is why we are where we are. It's not the men of God that kept us where we are. It's because we have not done what we're supposed to do. That is why the nation is still like this. So the problem is not Padeboye. The problem is not Pastor. Is not Papa Oyedepo. The problem is not Oyakbo. The problem is you and I. We are the problem. Why the nation is like this? Because if we refuse to vote in 2023, the world will ask questions, and these people will know we are not joking. These people will know we are not joking. That we are tired. But 2023, a lot of you will still jump out to go and vote. After voting, the next 4 years will continue the same trend. And then people will still come back on social media and say, the men of God are not speaking up. But when you have the right to speak up through, by using your vote and all this, some of us don't do it. It will not hurt us to boycott the election 2023. Everybody is like, you boycott the election. Nothing will happen. You boycott it, you see that we are not going to. When these scammers, they see nobody is coming out, the world will start asking questions. At least the world will come to our aid to know that no election occurred in Nigeria in 2023. America will start asking questions. There are things that you do to trigger the hand of the world powers to come to your rescue. But some of us, we are not doing it. We are still doing what they say. We don't even observe civil disobedience. Why don't we start doing all this civil disobedience here and there? They will know that these citizens are no more smiling. It's no business as usual. So please, let's stop blaming men of God. They are not the problem. The problem is that you and I, we have not done what we're supposed to do. And remember, this is Wisdom Arena. I say the truth, no matter who it hurts. To balance everything. The problem is not men of God. The problem is you and I. We have not done what we're supposed to do. Because if we are doing what we're supposed to do, the nation will not be here. If we are speaking against the bad government, if we resort to civil disobedience, we will grab the country and then we will reform it. The country will be brought to a stop. And then everybody will come around the table, to discuss on the way forward. But if they are flogging you, they are beating you, and then you are still doing what they want, they will take it that all of us are comfortable, that we are fools, that we are stupid. It's high time guys will rise up and take what belongs to us. This is Wisdom Arena. Please, I'll beg of you to subscribe to this channel. At the same time, hit the notification bell so you can get a new update whenever I upload a new video. And at the same time, like and share, comment on this as well. I will really appreciate, if you can subscribe to the channel, to help us to release more videos. Thank you, and God bless you.